Devaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Canto 3, Chapter 8, verses 18 to 33. Text 18. Ka eshayo sava aham abja prushta etat kuto vabjam ananyada apsu astihya adastada ihi kinchane tada adhishtitam yatra satanu bhavyam.
Hare Krishna. Lord Brahma, in his ignorance, contemplated, "Who am I that am situated on top of this lotus? Wherefrom has it sprouted? There must be something downwards, and that from which this lotus has grown must be within the water."
Text 19. Sa ityam udvikshya tad abjanala nadi bhira antara jalam avishesha narvaga gatasa tata karanala nala nabim vichinvam sa tada avindatajaha.
Lord Brahma, thus contemplating, entered the water through the channel of the stem of the lotus. But in spite of entering the stem and going nearer to the navel of Vishnu, he could not trace out the root.
Text 20. Tamasya apare viduratma sargam vichinatvo bhuta sumaha hamsitri nemih yo deha bhajam bayam riyanaha parikshinottya ayura ajasya hetah.
O Vidura, while searching in that way about his existence, Brahma reached his ultimate time, which is the eternal will in the hand of Vishnu, and which generates fear in the mind of the living entity like the fear of death.
Text 21. Tato nivrutro pratilabdha kamaha swadekshunayam asadya punaha sadevaha sanaira jiva swasa nivruta chitto nyastida aduda samadhi yogaha.
Thereafter, being unable to achieve the desired destination, he retired from searching and came back again to the top of the lotus. Thus, controlling all objectives, he concentrated his mind on the Supreme Lord.
Sorry to interrupt. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Saroj Mataji. From 22, Amelia Mataji will recite in English. Thank you.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Continue, please. Yeah.
Kalena sojaha purusha yushabi pravruta yogena viruddha bodha swayam tad antara hrudaye vabatam aprashyata pashyata yanana purvam.
At the end of Brahma's 100 years, when his meditation was complete, he developed the required knowledge, and as a result he could see in his heart the Supreme within himself, whom he could not see before with the greatest endeavor.
Text 23. Brunala gaurayata sheshabhoga paryank ekam purusham shayanam kunat tapatramruta murdaratnam dyubhira hata dvanta yuganta toye.
Brahma could see that on the water there was a gigantic lotus-like wide bedstead, the body of Sesa Naga, on which the personality of Godhead was lying alone. The whole atmosphere was illuminated by the rays of the jewels bedecking the hood of Sepanaga, and that illumination dissipated all the darkness of those regions.
Text 24. Preksham kshipantam haritopladreha sandhyat bra nivera uru rukam murganah ratnodadaroshadi saumanasya vanastrejo venu bujangri pangreha.
The laughter of the transcendental body of the Lord mocked the beauty of the coral mountain. The coral mountain is very beautifully dressed by the evening sky, but the yellow dress of the Lord mocked its beauty. There is gold on the summit of the mountain, but the Lord's helmet, bedecked with jewels, mocked it. The mountains, waterfalls, herbs, etc., with a panorama of flowers, seem like garlands, but the Lord's gigantic body and his hands and legs, decorated with jewels, pearls, tulasi leaves, and flower garlands, mocked the scene on the mountain.
Text 25. Ayamato vistarataha swamana dehena lokatraya sangrahena vichitra divya baranam shukanam krutashriya pashrita veshadeham.
His transcendental body, unlimited in length and breadth, occupied the three planetary systems, upper, middle, and lower. His body was self-illuminated by unparalleled dress and variegatedness, and was properly ornamented.
Text 26. Pumsam swakamaya vivikta margera abhyarchatam kama dugandri padmam padarshayat yantam krupaya nakhendu mayuk binnan guni charu patram.
The Lord showed his lotus feet by raising them. His lotus feet are the source of all awards achieved by devotional service, free from material contamination. Such awards are for those who worship him in pure devotion. The splendor of the transcendental rays from his moon-like toenails and fingernails appeared like the petals of a flower.
Text 27. Mukhen lokarti harasmitena parisfruta sfurata kundalena manditena shonayitena bimbabhasa pratyarha antaram suna subva.
He also acknowledged the service of the devotees and vanquished their distress by his beautiful smile. The reflection of his face, decorated with earrings, was so pleasing because it dazzled with the rays from his lips and the beauty of his nose and eyebrows.
Text 28. Kadamba kinjalka pishanga vasasa swalam krutam mekhalaya nitambe harena chananta dhanena vatsa Sri Vatsa Vrukshaha Sthala Vallabhena.
O my dear Vidura, the Lord's waist was covered with yellow cloth resembling the saffron dust of the kadamba flower, and it was encircled by a well-decorated belt. His chest was decorated with a Srivatsa marking and a necklace of unlimited value.
Text 29. Pararadya Keyura Mani Prabheka Paryasta Dordanda Sahastra Shakham Avyakta Mulam Bhuvananagri Pendram Ahindram Baugaira Adivita Valsham.
As a sandalwood tree is decorated with fragrant flowers and branches, the Lord's body was decorated with valuable jewels and pearls. He was the self-situated tree, the Lord of all others in the universe. And as a sandalwood tree is covered with many snakes, so the Lord's body was also covered by the hoods of Ananta.
Text 30. Chara Charauko Bhagavana Mahigram Ahindra Bandhum Salilo Yagudam Kirita Sahasra Hiranya Shringam Avirabhavata Kaustubha Ratna Garbham.
Like a great mountain, the Lord stands as the abode for all moving and non-moving living entities. He is the friend of the snakes because Lord Ananta is his friend. As a mountain has thousands of golden peaks, so the Lord was seen with the thousands of golden helmeted hoods of Ananta's Naga. And as a mountain is sometimes filled with jewels, so also his transcendental body was fully decorated with valuable jewels. As a mountain is sometimes submerged in the ocean water, so the Lord is sometimes submerged in the water of devastation.
Text 31. Nivitam Amnaya Madhuvrita Shriya Swakirti Mayavana Malaya Harim Suryendu Vatava Agnaya Agamaya Tridama Biha Parikramata Pradhanikaira Durasadam.
Lord Brahma, thus looking upon the Lord in the shape of a mountain, concluded that he was Hari, the personality of Godhead. He saw that the garland of flowers on his chest glorified him with Vedic wisdom in sweet songs and looked very beautiful. He was protected by the Sudarsana wheel for fighting, and even the sun, moon, air, fire, etc. could not have access to him.
Text 32. Tarahya eva tannabi sarah sarojam atmanamas ambah swasana viyacha dadarsha devo jagato vidata natah param loka visarga drishtah.
When Lord Brahma, the maker of the universal destination, thus saw the Lord, he simultaneously glanced over creation. Lord Brahma saw the lake in the Lord Vishnu's navel and the lotus flower, as well as the devastating water, the drying air and the sky, all became visible to him.
Text 33. Sakarma bijam rajaso paraktah prajaha sishrukshanan yad eva drastava astauda visarga bimukasa tam idyam avyakta vartamanya abhiveshitatma.
Lord Brahma, thus being surcharged with a mode of passion, became inclined to create, and after seeing the 5 causes of creation indicated by the personality of Godhead, he began to offer his respectful prayers on the path of the creative mentality.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Yogesh Prabhuji and Amelia Mataji. Very beautiful recitations. Thank you so much. Okay, so we shall thank you so much, all the dear devotees, for kindly joining this evening to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so we shall move to the Srimad Bhagavatam. Before we start, we shall offer our obeisances to our acharyas, gurus, and Krishna, and all the devotees. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश। हे कृष्ण करुणसिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो
जय श्री
विष्णुपादाय
नमो विष्णुपदाय
कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय
कृष्णप्रस्थाय
भूतले
भूतले
श्रीमते
श्रीमते
भक्तिवेदान्त
भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने इति नामने
स्वामिने
नमस्ते सरस्वती
नमो
देवे गौर
विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकास स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणि प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृणुतां स्वकतः कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्तोह्य भद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृसतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी एते चां शकलाः पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रारिव्याकुलं लोकं मृडयन्ति युगे युगे इदं भागवतं नाम पुराणं ब्रह्मसंहितम् उत्तमश्लोकचरितं चकार भगवान् ऋषिः निःश्रेयसाय लोकधर्म्यं स्वस्तये नमः कृष्णे स्वदामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह खलु न संशामेष पुराणार्क्वदिनोदितः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिनि नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रये अथ विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशमिमं चिन्तिदुःखं पाण्डुषु विष्णुषु त्वयि मेनन्यविषया मतिर्मदपते सकृत् रतिमुद्वाहत गङ्गेव श्रीकृष्ण कृष्ण सखा विष्णुर्षभावनिध्रुव राजन्यवंशधनानपवर्गवीर्य गोविन्द गोद्विजसुरात्यहरावतार योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन् नमस्ते तुलयामलवेनापि न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गीसङ्गस्य मत्येनां किमुताशिषः पुनश भूयाद्भगवत्यनन्ते रतिः प्रसङ्गश तदाश्रयेषु महस्त्वयां यामुपयानुसृष्टिं मैत्रस्तु सर्वत्र नमो द्विजेभ्यः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरत्विषे नमः मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यमीश्वरं श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे बालोऽपि यदनुग्रहात् तरेन्नानामतग्राह व्याप्तं सिद्धान्तसागरम् श्रीचैतन्यप्रभुं वन्दे यत्पादाश्रियवीर्यतः सङ्गृणात्याकरव्रातात् अज्ञः सिद्धान्तसन्मनीम् ॐ नमो भगवते राधा गोविन्दाय नमः Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you so much for kindly waiting. Okay, I shall share my screen. I shall screen. Okay. So we have been discussing this chapter name is the Brahma appearing from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So this chapter is very beautiful. So where it is the beginning of our universe, which is emanating from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So here Maitreya Rishi is speaking to Vidura. So Vidura has been asking about the universe and how it was created, how big it is, and everything, all those details. So Maitreya Rishi is starting from, so that he says that the history of Srimad Bhagavatam that he has received. So initially the four Kumaras, so from the upper planetary systems, they take the shelter of Ganga river and take a dip there and went into down to the Garbhodaka ocean, where Lord Ananta was sitting, and then they have heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Lord Ananta, and then these four Kumaras, they spoke to Sankhya Rishi, and Sankhya Rishi spoke to Parashara Muni and Brihaspati, and then Parashara Muni spoke Bhagavatam to Vyasadev and Maitreya Rishi. So Maitreya, that is the Maitreya Rishi's knowledge. That is one lineage. And another lineage is the Lord spoke to Brahma, spoke to Narada Muni spoke to Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva has got Bhagavatam from different sources as well. So here, Maitreyi is speaking about the universe. So in the last few verses, just wanted to bring, this is a very beautiful thing, beginning from all the living entities, they are in the body of the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So he says from the Buddhaplatum Vishwam idam tadasid yennidhrayami letad nyamilayat ahindratalpi adishayanayekaha kritakshanaha swatma ratu nirihaha. So Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, he lies on the Ahindratalpe, on the bedstead of the Ananta Shesha. And he was the Adishayana Ekaha. The Lord was only one person there at the time. So he was in the Kritakshanaha swatma ratu nirihaha. So his eyes were just bit only half closed. And Swantaha Sarirapte Bhotu Sukshmaha Kalatmikam Sekti Mudirayanaha Vovasa Tasmin Sarale Padesve Yatanalo Dharini Ruddhaviriyaha. Like the fire, it is in the wood already. In the similar way, all the living entities, they existing in the Sukshma Rupa in the body of the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So Antaha Sarire Pita Bhotu Sukshmaha. And in due course of time, they will be emanating. So what is that time? Chaturyuganam sahasramapsu swapan swaya udiritaya swatikya kalakyadita karma tantro lokana pitan dadrushe swadehe. So after the Chaturyuganam sahasramapsu, this is the one day of Brahma. 1000 yuga cycles. Of the one yuga cycle contains Kruta Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. This is one the Chatur Yuga. Likewise, 1000 yuga cycles. After that, then when the Lord sees his body, Lokan Apitan Dadrushe Swadehe, his body is turning into bluish, that he observed. That is the time for Kalakyasita Karma Tantro, for the living entities to come out from the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu and perform their activity so that they can go out of the universe, enter into the spiritual planets instead of staying inside the universe, which is meant for it is a prison house meant for the conditioned souls. And so during that time, in order to for the living entities to get an opportunity, the lotus flower started emanating from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Tasyadhi Sukshmabhihi Nivishta Drushte Antargatavadho Rajasa Taniyan. It was agitated by the Rajasa Taniyan, by the mode of the passion. Gunena Kalanu Gatene Viddaha Shushanta Bijita Nabhideshat. And then it started sprouting from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Okay, so this is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu's beautiful picture where the navel lotus flower emanated Shushanta Bijita Nabhideshat. And then Sapadma Koshaha Sahsodatistat Kalena Karma Pratibodhanena Sorochisha Tat Salam Shalam Vijhotayarnarka Ivatma Yonihi. So in such a way, that lotus flower has appeared from the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And then this lotus flower, it has dried up the huge devastating waters. So that is Vijhotayarnarka Ivatma Yonihi. Just Arka, like a sun, is drying up the water. This lotus flower has dried up all the huge waters. Swarochisata Chelam Shalam Vijhotayarnarka Ivatma Yonihi. And then in that lotus flower, Talloka Padmam Sauye Vishnu Spravivishat Sarva Gunavabhasam Tasmin Swayam Vedamayo Vidhata Swayam Bhumyam Sma Vadanti So Abhut. The Lord Brahma sitting there, and then that is his birth coming from that lotus flower. So that lotus flower, it is so effulgent, it has dried up so much of the devastating water. And so here, this is when the Lord was this body, this is agitated by the mode of passion. That is how this universe is coming out, all the 14 planetary systems along with the Brahma. And then Tasyam Sacha Ambhuruha Karnikayam Avasito Lokum Apasyamanaha. As soon as Lord Brahma comes out the lotus flower, he sees that he does not see anyone around his four directions. Parikram yomni vivritta netra chatvarilebhe anudishim mukani. Chatvarilebhe anudishim mukani. He is watching in four directions, but he could not see. So in such a way, he has lebe anudishim mukani. He got the four heads in four directions. तस्मात् युगान्त स्वसनावधूर्न जलोर्मिचक्र सलिलाद्भिरूढम् उपासितः कञ्जमुलोकतत्त्वं नात्मानमद्ध अविदद् आदिदेवः. So at that time, Lord Brahma, he could not understand about himself and also the Supreme Personality of Godhead and how this has appeared, this lotus flower has appeared from the water. So what he did, Kayeshayo asavaham abjaprushta yetat kuto vabjam ananyadapsu asti hyadastadiha kinchanaitad adhishritam yatra satanubhavyam. So there must be something, the source for this lotus flower. So that stem is coming from the water. So I will go and find it. Likewise, Brahma was thinking. And what he did, Saittamudbhiksha tadabjanala nadiviranta jalamavivesha narvagataha tat karanala nala Nabim Vichinvan Tad Vindadajaham. So he entered holding onto that lotus, the stem, and went deep into the water to find the root of that lotus flower. But he could not find. Even though he went Nabim Vichinvan Tad Advindatajaham. He went to even the navel of the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, but he could not find the Lord. So what happened during that time when he went? Tamasya pare viduratma sargam vichinmatu abhut sumaham trinemihi yodehabajam bhaimirayanaha parikchinoti ayurajya sehetihi. The time for his, it is up. So every living entity which takes a birth, it has to die. That time has come for Brahma as well. So that is what we are going to start from now, today. It is the Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, chapter 8, verse number 20. So from here, what Brahma has done and what he did, and then how after his meditation, he could see the Supreme Lord in his heart itself, and how beautiful that Lord is, it describes later on. Okay. So the shloka, Tamasya pare vitratma sargam vichinvato abhut sumaham trinemihi yodeha bhajam bhaimirayanaha parikchinoti ayur ajasya hetihi. Tamasya pare, because of an ignorant way of searching, because as soon as we take birth, we wanted to find and trying to explore many things, but we don't. But here, Brahma is very intelligent. So he is trying to find the source of his birth. At least he is intelligent. But we try to enjoy, and whatever is available, we try to enjoy without understanding the root of our cause. So this is called Bahiraddhamanaha. But here Brahma is very intelligent. So Tamasya pari viduratma sargam. But still he is searching for the root cause of that lotus flower, the stem of the lotus flower. So Vidura, Atma Sargam that is the cause of his creation. Maitreya Muni is speaking to Vidura. Vichinvato abhut sumaham strinemihi. Vichinvato, while contemplating that how it has come like that, and then I could not find the root of this lotus flower, abhut, so it so become, sumahan, it is very great, trinemihi, time of three dimensions, present, past and future. Trinemihi, yah, which dehabhajam of the embodied, bhayam is the fearfulness, Irayanaha is generating Parikchinoti, so diminishing the 100 years of Brahma, Ayuhu, all his duration of life. Ajasya Hetihi, of the self-own, Hetihi, the wheel of the eternal time. So eternal time is very dangerous. So we have to always utilize our time. It is very valuable. If 1 second is lost, it is lost. We cannot get that minute back. But what it does, so this time it is mentioned by Kadma Prajapati, the Sudarshana wheel is taking the Brahman as the Nati Ajakshe Brahmirayuresham Trayodasharam Trisetam Sasti Parva Shadnimi Anantachadi Yat Trinabihi So there, so I will share that shlok as well. Yathinabihi karal sroto jagad ache jadavat. It goes very fast. It is rotating and reducing the lifespan of everyone except the devotees of the Lord. So here that time factor it is describing, it is the Sudarshana Chakra. It is rotating very fast. This wheel, Sudarshan Chakra, has got 3 naves, rotates around the axis of the imperishable Brahman. It has 13 spokes, 360 joints, 6 rims, and numberless leaves carved upon it. Though its revolution cuts short the lifespan of the entire creation, this wheel of tremendous velocity cannot touch the lifespan of the devotees of the Lord. See, that is the beauty of it. Devotees are always protected by the Lord. Dehopi Devashaha Kalu Karmayavat Swarambhakam Pratsamikita Eva Sasuhu. This is the devotees are under protection of the Lord, so nothing can disturb the devotees. Okay, so here the Sudarshana Chakra, it will reduce the lifespan of everyone. So here the time it is taking here. The time it is Kalam Eki Yeto Bhayam. It is the one of the 25th elements of the this Sankhya philosophy. Whenever Kapil Bhagavan describes the 24 elements, the 4 subtle elements and 5 Panchabhutas, 5 Tanmatras, 5 Jnanindriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, like that. And then 4 subtle elements, Mano, Buddhi, Ahankara, Chittam. The 4 plus the 25th element is the time factor, which makes the fear in all the living entities. So that time has come to Brahma when he was trying to search what is the root of this lotus flower. So this is Tamasya pare vidratma sargam vichinvat abhut sumaham trinemehi yo deha bhajam bhaimirayanaha parikchinoti ayuraj hetihi. Okay, translation for this. So, O Vidura, while searching in that way about his existence, Brahma reached his ultimate time, which is the eternal wheel in the hand of Vishnu, and which generates fear in the mind of the living entity, like the fear of death. Like the fear of death. So there is no purport. And then what else Brahma did? Because he understands now that his time is up. And what he did? Tato nivritto apratilabdha kamaha swadishnyamasadhyah punaha sadevaham. Senejita swasa nivritta chitto nishidat aroda samadhi yogaha. So now nishidat aroda samadhi yogaha. He returned back. Tato nivritto prati alabdha kamaha. Pratilabdha kamaha. Apratilabdha kamaha. So he stopped searching the root of this, what is the root cause of this lotus flower? Because apriti labdha kamaha, he could not find the source of it. Then swadishnyam asadya punah sadevaham, he returned back to swadishnyam, his own place, returned back to that lotus flower. Asadya punah sadevaham. Seneb jita swasa nivritta chitto, jita swasa, controlling the breathing. Nivritta chitto, no more materialistic activities. Senehi, it is gradually, without any delay. Jataswasa nivritta chitto, nishid aroda samadhi yogaha. Nishidad. So now he sat down in his posture. So this is again pranayama, a kind of pranayama, controlling the breath and pranayamaihi. प्राणस्य सोदयेन मार्गं पूरकुंभकरेचकैः प्रतिकूलेन वाचित्तं यथास्थिरम् अचञ्चलम्. Controlling, so one has to sit in his proper suchodese pratistapya vijitasanam tasmin swasti samasena. So he has to keep his body straight and then keeping the spinal cord perpendicular to the earth and then controlling the breath just like the okay, so breathing. So pratikulena vachittam yathastiram achinchalam. Once we take inhaling and then hold the breath and then exhale into the another breath. Likewise, one has to control the inner ways and out ways in both ways like that. Pratikulena vachittam yathastiram achinchalam. When he was doing slowly, in due course of time, he will be completely stopping that swasa as well. That is again Hatha Yoga. It is the process of the Hatha Yoga. And that is Kumbhaka that stage is the Kumbhaka, when he is completely stopping the breathing. So that is how Jitaswasa Nivritta Chitto, performing the Samadhi Yoga. Pranayama hi dahe doshan dharana vishay kilbishan Pratyaharena samsarghan dhyanena anishwaran gunan. By doing that, so many things will be pranayama hi dahe doshan. All the doshas will be completely burnt to the ashes. Pranayama hi dahe doshan dharana vishay kilbishan. And by dharana, this kilbishan, all the sinful activities also will be nullified. Pranayamena samsarghan, pratyaharena samsarghan. By the pratyahara, this way one who will be samsarghan, he will come out of these material things. And then dhyanena anishwaran gunan, by the meditation, dhyana, one will be transcending to the three material modes of nature. So that is the process of the Chenijita Swasa Nivritta Chitto Nishidat Aruda Samadhi Yoga. So this is what tapasya. So Brahma sitting there and then engaging himself in the tapasya. Tato nivritva pratilabdakamaha swadisnyama sadhya punaha sadevaha senejita swasa nivritta chitto nishidat aruda samadhi yoga. So translation for this verse. So therefore, being unable to achieve the desired destination, he retired from such searching and came back again to the top of the lotus. Thus, controlling all objectives, he concentrated his mind on the Supreme Lord. He concentrated his mind on the Supreme Lord. So, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samadhi involves concentrating the mind upon the supreme cause of all, even if one is unaware of whether his actual nature is personal, impersonal, or localized. Concentration of the mind on the Supreme is certainly a form of devotional service. To cease from personal sense endeavors and to concentrate on the Supreme cause is a sign of self-surrender. And when self-surrender is present, that is a sure sign of devotional service. Each and every living entity needs to engage in devotional service to the Lord if he wishes to understand the ultimate cause of his existence. So this is the Samadhi. Samadhi is what is called Samadhi. Swadhishnyanam ekadese manasa pranadharanam Vaikuntha lila abhidhyanam samadhanam tadatmanaha. See, this is always remembering the pastimes of the Lord. Samadhanam tadatmanaha. See, Swadhishnyanam ekadese manasa pranadharanam Vaikuntha lila abhidhyanam samadhanam tadatmanaha. Remembering and always discussing Krishna's topics, that is called Samadhi. It is not only simply sitting and closing the eyes and nose, that is not only the Samadhi, but always remembering Krishna's pastimes, that is also called Samadhi, dovetailing all Krishna's activities. So here Samadhi is again or tapasya, it is not different from the Krishna. The Lord says to Brahma, previously saying that Srijami tapase vedam grasami tapasa punaha bibharmi tapasa vishwam virjime dushyaran tapaha. Tapasya, by tapasya I create, by tapasya I annihilate, by tapasya I maintain. So tapasya is everything. So here that is what Samadhi is also. So when he is engaging the mind upon the supreme cause of all, even one is unaware of whether his actual nature is personal, impersonal, or localized. But it is a devotional service, a form of devotional service, because we stop the materialistic activity trying to meditate on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is one form of devotional service. It's a very beautiful. So that's why all our great sages previously, they go to the different secluded place, Vivikta Sevitvam, Aritidhyana Samsadi, Vivikta Sevitvam, in a lonely place without any disturbances, no materialistic people there, only peaceful life. And then they engage, concentrate their mind on the only Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they cease from personal sense endeavors and to concentrate on the Supreme Cause is a sign of self-surrender. Because he does not engage his senses into the materialistic things. And when self-surrender is present, that is the sure sign of devotional service. That is called devotional service. Later on, what happens, there are many levels of the samadhi also. Brahmabhutah prasannatma nasochati nakangshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labhate param. One has to be Brahmabhutah prasannatma, so that when in that particular state, then devotional service onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it sprouts in his heart. The basic is that is also a stage of the impersonal Brahman. One is understanding that it is not material, it is impersonal. That is minimum thing, 0 stage, no more materialistic things. And from there, devotional service to Krishna, it will sprout in the heart. Okay, so here each and every living entity needs to engage in devotional service to the Lord if he wishes to understand the ultimate cause of his existence. So what is the ultimate cause of his existence? Why Lord comes to this material world? And because one has to understand that he is conditioned within this material world. The living entity is conditioned. He is always going through Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. That way, always he is tormented by Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, Adi Adhyatmik, 3 different kinds of tapatrayas. So, when he comes to this transcendental knowledge, he understands his existence, and then what is his real duty? He is to go back to Godhead. And for that one, Lord, he comes here like yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyadhanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chatushkrutam dharma samstapanardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. The Lord, he comes here for the paritranaya sadhunam, for especially for the devotees. And who is devotee again? तितिक्षवः कारुणिकाः सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम् अजातशत्रवः शान्ताः साधवः साधुभूषणाः. So these are the sadhus. Sadhus, they're always mayanyena bhavena bhaktim kurvantiye dhram matkrute tyaktakarmanaha tyaktasvajana bandhavaha. Sadhus they always doing dhrida bhakti to the Krishna. Even though leaving all his personal work aside and families aside, he is always dedicated himself. Madasriyaha katamushtaha katayanti shrunvanti katayanti cha vivid tapanti vivastapa naitan madgata chetasaha. Always taking to the shelter of Krishna Katha, hearing Krishna Katha in such a way, tapanti vivastapa naitan madgata chetasaha. This he does not feel the tapatrayas because he has surrendered himself unto the Lord. This is tayete sadhavah sandi tayetah sadhavah sadvi sarvasanga vivarjitaha. They do not have any taste in the materialistic life. So one has to pray to associate with such kind of sadhus. That is sanghateshu atate prajyah sangadosha harahite. So when we associate with the sadhus, then automatically we will also become sadhus and get all good qualities. Bad qualities will be completely cleared out. And then when we become sadhu, then what happens? Paritranaya sadhunam. Krishna comes for us to reclaim the souls from this material world. So you do not belong to here, you belong to the spiritual world. Likewise, the Lord takes us back. Paritranaya sadhunam. So that one has to understand his existence in this material world. Okay, so but time does not wait. It will be taking the life of everyone. Okay, so now Brahma, he is doing his meditation here, to concentrating his mind. And then what he did, next shloka, going to next shloka. कालेन सोचः पुरुषायुषाभिः प्रवृत्तयोगेन विरूढबोधः स्वयं तद् अन्तर्हृदये अवभातम् अपश्यत यन्न पूर्वम्. So when he has situated himself in the meditation, then at the kalena so ajaha purushayushabhihi. So in due course of time, what is the due course of time of Brahma? Brahma lives for 100 years. And sa ajaha purusha ayusha. So by the duration of his age. So that means he has spent all of his life only for the samadhi. Nisirat aruda samadhi yoga. And then pravritta yogena viroda bodha. And being abhipravritta, so purushayusha abhipravritta yogena viroda bodha. In that meditation, viroda bodha, and he has got that intelligence developed, and he developed that intelligence, and swayam tad antahrudaye avabhatam. Swayam tad antahrudaye, in his heart, swayam, automatically, tad antahrudaye, in the heart, avabhatam, the manifested. And then apasyata, he saw what he has saw. Apasyata yanna purvam, na purvam, whatever he has not seen before, that he has seen when he situated himself in the meditation. So that is what he has seen. So let us see what is going. Kalena sojaha purushayushabhihi pravruttayogena virodabhodaha swayam tad andhrudaye avbhatam apasyata yenna purvam. Okay, so translation. At the end of Brahma's 100 years, when his meditation was complete, he developed the required knowledge. And as a result, he could see in his heart the Supreme within himself. That is, tad antarhudaye avbhatam, whom he could not see before with the greatest endeavor. So likewise, in our nowadays modern scientists, they are searching for what is the root cause of this universe, what is the Big Bang theory, something like that. They are going the physical endeavor. They do not find the root cause of anything. It is the waste of time. So it can be understandable, just like when our Brahma is meditating. Likewise, we have to sit. Then we understand what is existence, what is our existence, what is this universe, what is everything going on in and around. Just only sitting at one particular place, concentrate mind on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So the Supreme Lord can be experienced only through the process of devotional service and not by one's personal endeavor in mental speculation. The age of Brahma is calculated in terms of Divya years, which are distinct from the solar years of human beings. The Divya years are calculated in the Bhagavad Gita. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyad Brahmano Viduhu. Brahma's one day is equal to 1000 times the aggregate of the 4 yugas. So 4 yugas are calculated to be 4.3 million years. So on that basis, Brahma meditated for 100 years before he could understand the supreme cause of all causes. And then he wrote the Brahma Samhita, which is approved and recognized by Lord Chaitanya, and in which he sings Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. One has to wait for the mercy of the Lord before one can either render service unto him or know him as he is. So that is, so here the mercy of the Lord is very important. One has to wait for the mercy of the Lord. When the mercy of the Lord happens, when we situate ourselves in the proper determination that I wanted to see. Every day we wake up early in the morning and doing japa and doing mangalarati and doing many things, and then later on Tulasi Arati, later on going for book distribution, and somewhere giving knowledge to the people, preaching. So this is the endeavor of the devotees. In such a way, if constantly is doing, then Lord sees that yes, this is the person. Then he will show his causeless mercy on such kind of souls. So here again, one Brahma's day is the 4.3 million years. This is the Kruta Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. This is one cycle is 4.3 million years, and this is the one daytime plus night time. That is multiply by 2, 8.6 million years. That is one day. Likewise, 30 days, and then 12 months. That is 1 month, and then likewise 12 months multiply by 12, and then multiply by 100. When we do all these things, it comes around 311 trillion years. That many number of years Brahma did meditation. See? But we have got a very short span of time. At least every day if we spend 1 or 2 hours for Krishna, then we will be achieving the best position. This is the age of Kali. कलिर्घोष निधिराजन् अस्ति हि एको महद्गुणः. This is Ketnadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Rajet. Just simply glorifying Krishna. One can go out of this universe. Mukta Sangha Param Rajet. So, but this is that's why even Parikshit Maharaj, even he got an opportunity to punish Kali, but he understands that because of the Kali's influence, once one can get the liberation or salvation very easily just by singing and glorifying the glories of Krishna. Saranghameva Sarabhruk, that is Parikshit Maharaj, who understands the essence of all the Vedic knowledge. And also he is a devotee. Okay, so that is here, Brahma did that meditation. Now he could see the Lord in the heart, in his heart. Okay, so this is, and then what he did, what he is seeing in his heart, that is the beauty of the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So from here, verse 23 to until the end of the chapter, all the beauty of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu comes. The Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, once again we see this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, he is lying on the white Sheshanaga. So Sheshanaga is very white. On top of his head, there are so many beautiful jewels. They are very glittering and effulgence coming from those jewels. It dissipating the darkness around, in and around. And the Lord is lying in the Yoga Nidra. And the Lord body is very huge. And his body is very huge and decorated with so many of the flower garlands and chains and necklaces like that. And he has got the Pitavasa, and likewise in his, so that is the Ahindra Talpi Adishana Ekaha. So this is Lord is lying on the Adishesha, Ahindra Talpa. Ahindra is the serpent, Talpa is the bedstead. Okay, so we shall go back to the verse. So verse number 23. मृणालगौरायतशेषभोग पर्यङ्क एकं पुरुषं शयानं फणातपत्रायतमुद्धरत्न जुपिः अतध्वान्तयुगान्ततो ये. Mrunala Sheshabhoga. Mrunala is the lotus flower. Gauraita Sheshabhoga. Gaura is the white all over. Ayata is gigantic. Sheshabhoga, body of the Sheshanaga. So Sheshanaga is like his body is also being compared. Mrunala Gauraita Sheshabhoga. Paryanka Ekam Purusham Sayanam. And like a Paryankam. Paryanka Ekam is on the bed of the Adishesha. Ekam alone, the Lord is lying on the bed of the Shesha. Purusham, the supreme person, Sayanam was lying. At that time, Phanata Patraita Muddharatna. Phanata Atapatra. He is the umbrella of the serpenthood. Umbrella of this serpenthood of this Adishesha Rananta. So what happens? Panata Patraita, Ayita bedecked with Mudna on his head of the Ananta, Ratna jewels. Jubihi by the rays of those jewels. Hatadvanta, darkness dissipated. Yuganta is the devastation. Toye in the water. So that is the describing the jewels on top of the Ananta Shesha, whose body is very huge. On top of the body of the Ananta, Lord is lying. Mrunala Gauraita Shesha Bhoga Paryankayekam Purusham Sayanam Pranata Patraita Mudnaratna Jipi Hatadvanta Yughanta Toye. So all the darkness is getting dissipated. So translation for this verse. Brahma could see that on the water there was a gigantic lotus-like white bedstead, the body of Sheshanaga, on which the personality of Godhead was lying alone. The whole atmosphere was illuminated by the rays of the jewels bedecking the hood of Sheshanaga, and that illumination dissipated all the darkness of those regions. See, there are no electricity or lights, something like that. No sun, no moon. Just only the jewels on top of the Sheshanaga. It is illuminating and dissipating all the darkness of those regions. Okay, there is no purport for this verse. And then, so here, again describing the beauty of the Lord. प्रेक्षां चिपान्तं हरितोपलाद्रेः सञ्जाभ्रनीवेरुरुक्ममूर्ध्नः रत्नाददारौषधि सौमनस्य वनस्रजवेणुभुजाङ्घ्रिपाङ्घ्रेः प्रेक्षां क्षिपान्तं हरितोपलाद्रेः. Preksham is the panorama. So it is the comparing the beauty of the Lord. Preksham Kshipantam. Kshipantam is deriding Harita Paladrehe, the green coral. Harita Upala Adrehe of the hill, coral of the hill, green coral of the hill. Haritopala Adrehe. And how it looks? Sanjabra Nivehe Ururukma Mudnaha. Sanjabra. Sandhya Abhra Nivehe of the dress of the evening sky. Evening sky, when we see in the evening, when the sun is going, or at the time he is very orange color and everything, that light is falling on the hills. It is so beautiful to see it. Sanjabra Nivehe Ururukma Mudnaha. The great gold. So Guru Rukma is the goal and Mudnaha on the summit. So this is the nature, we can see it. As soon as we see the nature, we remember the Lord. Sanjabranivehe Guru Rukma Mudnaha. And then how it looks further? Ratna Budadhara. So there are jewels on top of it. And Budadhara, waterfalls. Aushadihi, herbs on the mountain. Saumanasya, of the scenery. That scenery is appearing, the beauty of. So here, Sanjhapranivehe Vurukmamudnaha Ratna Dadara Ushadi Saumanasya. This is the glorifying that mountain which is having a dress of evening sky, and with all the gold and summit and jewels, waterfalls, herbs and all. This is the scenery. And likewise, Vanasrajavenu Bhujangri Pangrehe. So Vanasrajaha, the flower garland of the Lord. Venu is the dress, and Bhuja his hands. Angripaha, the trees. Angrehe, and the legs. So the garland, which is like the Tulsi garland and the flower garlands, the Vanamala on top of his body, it is mocking that beautiful scenario of this forest, which is dressed with the evening sky, that effulgent in a golden color. This is Lord's body, which is decorated like that green tulsi leaves and the Vanamala, beautiful Vanamala, and so many other necklaces. This is the Preksham Kshipantam Harito Paladrehe Sanjhabranivehe Gururukma Mudnaha Ratna Dadaro Shari Saumanasya Vanasraja Venu Bhujangri Pangrehe. Bhuja Angripa Angrehe, very beautiful. So translation for this verse. The luster of the transcendental body of the Lord mocked the beauty of the coral mountain. The coral mountain is very beautifully dressed by the evening sky, but the yellow dress of the Lord mocked its beauty. There is gold on the summit of the mountain, but the Lord's helmet, bedecked with jewels, mocked it. The mountains, waterfalls, herbs, etc., with a panorama of flowers, seem like garlands. But the Lord's gigantic body and his hands and legs, decorated with jewels, pearls, tulsi leaves, and flower garlands, mocked the scene on the mountain. So beautiful, see? And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The panoramic beauty of nature, which strikes one with wonder, may be taken as a perverted reflection of the transcendental body of the Lord. One who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by the beauty of material nature, although he does not minimize its beauty. In Bhagavad Gita, it is described that one who is attracted by Param, the Supreme, is no longer attracted by anything inferior. See, this is the beauty. The Lord, once he attracts, then one cannot divert his attention from the Lord's vision, Lord's beauty. So he always wanted to just glorify, describe and see. Madhishna darshna sparsha puja suti abhivandanaihi bhuteshu madbhavanaya satven asangamena cha. He does not go to these material things again and again, which are deteriorated by the time factor. All the relations, family, everything is deteriorated, anything. But when we are attracted to the Lord, it is the sampannam nanivartate. ये एवं भगवतो रूपं सुभद्रं ध्यायतो मनः निरुत्या पर्यातोर्णं सम्पन्नं न निवर्तते. Once he attains that Lord's form in his heart, sampannam, then na nivartate, he will never ever leave. He is always attracted to the Lord, the beauty of the Lord. That Lord, again, whenever Krishna, he sits in the Tribhanga form, Venum Kwanantam Aravinda Dalayaksham, that form, the beautiful form of the Lord, he is, again, our Acharyas glorifies that form. Once who attracted get it, and he does not look back his, whatever the material things it is. So that is beauty of the Lord. So that is, one who is therefore attracted by the beauty of the Lord is no longer attracted by the beauty of material nature, although he does not minimize its beauty. We also appreciate the nature because it is created by the Lord itself. But at the same time, we see the Lord in that beauty and always remembering the Lord. Lord is like this, Lord has been, that is what one has to meditate. Sitam Rajantamaasinam Sayanam Va Guhasayam Prekshane Ihitam Jhayat Shuddha Bhave. This is Prekshane Ihitam Jhayat. One has to think that Lord is lying here, Lord is moving here. Sitam Rajantam Asinam Sayanam Va Guhasayam. Likewise, one has to meditate on the form of the Lord. In the 28th chapter of third canto itself, the entire chapter is only to meditate on the beauty of the Lord. Starting from the lotus feet of the Lord, and then legs, and then thighs, and then navel, then that. So sanchintayet bhagavataha charanaravindham. Sanchintayet bhagavataha charanaravindham. This is again what is starting from the lotus feet of the Lord. वज्रांक्षध्वजसरोरहलाञ्छनाढ्यम् उत्तुङ्गरक्तविलसत्नखचक्रवाला जोष्णाभिराहतमहद्हृदयान्धकारम् यः शौचनिःसृतसरित्प्रवरोदकेन तीर्थेन मूर्ध्यधिकृतेन शिव अभून् जातु श्यामलशैलनिसृष्टवज्रम् ध्यायेच्चिरम् भगवतः चरणारविन्दम्. So likewise, legs, the lotus feet, and then the legs, Janadvayam Jalajalochanaya Jananya Lakshmya Kelasya Survanditaya Vidatuhu. Uro Nidaya Karapallava Rojashayan. So there Lakshmi Devi keeping the legs of the Lord on her thighs and then massaging him. So beautiful. That is the one has to see the beauty of the Lord through Srimad Bhagavatam, the glorifying the Lord. It is very, very wonderful. Those shlokas are there in the 28th chapter of third canto, verses starting from around 20th sloka onwards or 12th sloka onwards. I don't remember exactly, but those shlokas going, it is the yogi who is meditating in a secluded place, concentrating his mind on the beauty of the Lord, the four-handed form of the Lord that was described for the yogis. Okay, likewise, so whoever is attracted to the Lord, he is never attracted by the material nature or anything inferior. Okay, likewise, Prabhupada is describing here, this is the Preksham Shipantam Haritopaladrehe Sanjhabra Nivehe Ururkmamudnaha Ratna Dadaraushadi Saumanasya Vanasrajavenu Bhujangri Pangrehe. So there are further again shlokas Ayamato Vistaratha Sumana Dehena Lokatraya Sangrahena Vijitra Divya Varnam Shukarnam Kutasriya Pajita Vesha Deham पुंसां स्वकामाय विविक्तमार्गैः अभ्यर्चितां कामधुकाङ्घ्रिपद्मं प्रदर्शयन्तं कृपया न केन्दुमयूखभिन्नाङ्गुलिचारुपत्रम् मुखेन लोकाद्यहरस्मितेन परिस्फुरत्कुण्डलमण्डितेन सोनायितेन अधरबिम्बभास प्रत्यर्ह्यन्तं सुनसेन सुभ्रुवं कदम्बकिञ्जल्कपिसिङ्गवाससा स्वलं कृतं एकलया नितम्भे हारेण चानन्तधनेन वच्चा श्रीवत्सव वक्षस्थलवल्लभेन परार्जकेयूरमणिप्ररेखा पर्यस्तदोर्दण्डसहस्रशाकम् अव्यक्तमूलम्. So likewise, going and glorifying the Lord. We cannot stop glorifying the Lord. Okay, stop here due to that time. We are already 52 past 8 o'clock. I also request dear devotees to contribute and share and ask any questions. Hare Krishna. Otherwise, the time it will keep going on, glorifying the Lord. We never ever stop. So beautiful. Okay, any questions, dear devotees? Or you wanted to share anything? So this beauty of this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, it is again later on Brahma glorifies the Lord in his play. There are 25 shlokas of those prayers, and the Lord says that after those 25 shlokas, he says that Yayetena Pumanityam Sutva Stutina Mam Bhajet Tasya Samprasadeyam Sarvakama Vareshwaraha. And if devotees have got any desires, I will fulfill them very easily and very quickly. He also gives that assurance to Brahma. So, and that is again an opportunity for the devotees to recite those slokas, but desires must be conducive to the devotional service. Okay, so that also comes into the later on in the Brahma's prayers. That is the 9th chapter. So this 28th chapter is glorifying the Lord, where there is no moon and no sun. So he is in the Garbhodaka ocean. चराचरको भगवन् महिद्रम Mahindra Bhogam Ahindra Bandham Sarilopa. He is in the waters of the Garbhodaka ocean. Okay, so again, so much of excitement to hear about Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu and what he speaks. That is very Tamaha Aghadaya Vacha. It is very deep when he speaks. And then whenever he speaks to Brahma, saying that Bhuyastum Tapadishta Vidhyam Chayo Madashriyam Tabhyam Anturhri Brahman Lokan Drakshasi Apavrutan. He says to Brahma, you did already tapasya for 100 years. Again you engage Bhuyastum Tapatishta. Again you engage yourself in the tapasya. Do not stop. That you have finished the tapasya. Do not stop. Bhuyastum Tapatishta Vidhyam Chaiva Madashriyam. Again engage yourself. Tabhyam Anturhri Brahman. You would see everything in your heart only. You do not have to search the lotus flower, swimming into the water and finding the root cause of the lotus. You would see everything in the heart. Lokan drakshasi apavrutan. Apavrutan means lokan. Just like in front of the screen, you would see all the world completely. But you are sitting in your place, in your sofa, something like. Likewise, Brahma can sit in the meditation and see everything. Lokan drakshasi apavrutan, opened all the planetary systems. Likewise, the Lord instructs Brahma. Of course, those are very deep. That will come later on. But I stop here. Okay, I request dear devotees, kindly share anything.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for nice explanation. I have a request, please. You recite very nice slokas, but some of them are in the Bhagavatam where we are reading, and others you recite from other shastras. So please, can you give the references also so that we can look for them and understand better, please?
Yes, Mataji. So the beauty of the Lord is described in the 28th chapter. So there, Kapil Bhagavan instructs Devhuti Mata in the 28th chapter how yogi has to concentrate on the body of each and every limb of the Lord, starting from the lotus flower and going on top to the face. That is 28th chapter of
Thank you,
third
Prabhuji.
line.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, my Dhanat Pranam, more glories to Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhuji, my apologies if I missed it because I was driving, so I was listening from the car. But Prabhuji, did you say is Garbhodaksha Vishnu always in the water, which means is he always asleep?
So yeah, so here Garbhodaksha Vishnu is sleep in the sense it is Yoga Nidra.
Yoga Nidra. Okay.
Yoga.
Mhm.
Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
And all the living entities, they exist in the body of Garbhodaksha Vishnu during the devastation time.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
And when the Brahma's day starts, again the lotus flower again comes and again Kalakya says the Karma Tantro Lokanapitan Dadrushe Swadehe. The time for the karmic activities for the living entities will start.
Yes, Prabhuji. Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I want to say thank you for today's lesson. It made it so much simpler for me to understand what I found thus far to be quite complicated. So thank you for today. Your explanation was beautiful, as was your recitation. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much for wonderful, wonderful session. Yeah, lot to learn. Still did not understand a lot of things. I need to still many times if I hear, probably I'll understand a little bit more deeper. But it was beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. We keep hearing this one, so we'll come to know.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so any other questions or sharings? Otherwise, we shall conclude our session for tonight. Okay, shall conclude. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for a very nice class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.